again. So I thought I would go over some of the books I have on my TBR. Having trouble trying to figure out what to do for my next video, so I thought that this would be, I don't know, somewhat interesting. I am really appreciative for the views that I have gotten. I know to most people it's like nothing, but I'm just kind of amazed by it. So I really appreciate those who have watched. So thank you for that. So one of the ones that I have started, and I just kind of go through it slowly because it is just a brick of a book, and that is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I am not even really started it, and it is just, you definitely have to be in the right mood for this. It's just very fantasy heavy, and I'm hoping that I can get into it. I know there will be one day where I'm just going to sit down and read it and just go through them. It was kind of the same way for Outlander. I started that series after the TV show came out, the first season, and I just flew through all those books. So I'm hoping that the same thing will happen with this. Although this is already kind of very heavy with lore, and I'm not even that far in, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, this might be too big of an undertaking for me, but we'll see how that goes. Next one, I'm still kind of unsure of going on to this, but it's The Troop by Nick Cutter. I recently read a book by him. It was in one of those book boxes. I think it was called Little Terrors or something like that. And even though I can't remember the name, I really enjoyed it. It was his last new one, and I really enjoyed it. So I kind of looked up what another good novel of his is, so what has the most kind of good reviews, and this one seems to be it. But after reading like the synopsis, after reading what it's about, I'm still kind of, I don't know, it was kind of like a creature type book where I thought it would be more like sort of a Lord of the Flies type vibe, but I mean, you don't know until you read it. So I will probably get to this eventually, may not be till next year, but after that there's one that I've kind of started. It just has these little stories in it, and it is The Secret Loves of Geek Girls, which is by a few different authors, I think. There are stories by Margaret Atwood, I'm gonna butcher this, but Majori Lu, Mariko Tamaki, Marguerite Bennett, and more. So the first few that I read, I found really interesting. So I'm hoping that I can get back into it eventually. It's just one of those things where, I don't know, you just kind of have to be in the right mood for it. So the other one I have here is kind of an odd one, and it's really heavy. My favorite thing is Monsters by Emile Ferris. This is just, it's really odd. I don't mind it, but I find that I lose interest pretty quickly. It's just very different. I don't think it's quite up my alley, but like the drawings are they're just beautiful in it. So I would like to continue. I'm just, yeah, eventually I will get back into this. I've said that about all these, I think. After that is a book in a series. What is the series called? The first one was An Ember in the Ashes. This one is A Torch Against the Night. I did like the first one when I read it, but it's been a couple years now. And I just kind of fell out of the world, and I just not really interested in continuing it. So I don't know if I'll ever get to this. This was actually given to me for Christmas, like when it first came out. So yeah, hopefully at some time I will get to this. otherwise I should give it away because there's probably people who would really enjoy reading this. So the other one I have is kind of like the same story. That is Illuminae. It's by Amy Kaufman, sorry, and Dre Christoph. I have started this. I'm not that far in. This is just the same thing, kind of, as my favorite things as monsters. I just don't think it's quite my interest. I don't mind science fiction and things set in space, but this is just a very odd format, and for some reason my brain just can't seem to accept it. I keep trying to read it because I keep hearing such good reviews about it, and you know, whenever people are like, oh, my mind was blown by what happened in that book, I'm like, oh, I have to read it then. So I don't know if I'll get into this, but it's the same thing. I should probably give this to like a thrift store, or what we have here is Value Village or something, so someone else can enjoy it. Another one that I will get to, this might be in like February. It is Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. I'm not a big fan of kind of romance type novels. They have to have very good reviews for me to read them, and this one I've heard nothing but good things about, so I think I will enjoy it, but I'm going to wait till after Christmas to kind of get into this one. Another one is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I have read the whole, I can't remember what the series is called. It's over there, that's why I'm looking there. But it starts with Cinder, and there's Scarlet, Winter. I did enjoy those. I actually really liked those. So I thought that I would give another series of hers a try. I just haven't gotten into this. It is, you know, a bit of an undertaking. But these types of books I find you just fly through. I think it's the same like with like Cassandra Clare books. They're kind of easy to read because it's kind of like non-stop action. So I will probably get this, the same thing, probably not till the new year. And I think the new one came out recently, I think. This one will probably end up going to Valley Village, so I'm not even going to really talk about it, but it's by Caitlin Moran, How to Build a Girl. I think this would be good for teenagers or tweens, if that's what you call them. I think that I have kind of outgrown this, and it's just not really interesting to me anymore, so these next ones are kind of anthologies, which I got in the same type of kind of book box that had the Nick Cutter book that I can't remember the name of. I think it's called Little Heavens, but I can't remember. So I'll just go quickly through them because I don't think I will read them. This one isn't an anthology, but yeah, it's called Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. An anthology book. These are all horror. This subscription, that's the word I'm looking for, it was horror. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It recently had a lot of issues with it. Luckily, I had already canceled my subscription to it before all the issues happened. What's with me and names? I can't remember the name of it either. But so this one is We Should Have Left Well Enough Alone by Ronald Malfi or Malfi. I don't know. I might get to this at some time, probably next October or something. These books are usually pretty good to read. The other one by John Claude Smith, The Wilderness Within, also a horror anthology. Green Pastures by Michael Wehunt, same thing, horror anthology. And let's see here. Same, Cold Moon Over Babylon by Michael McDowell. The Valancourt Book of Horror Stories, Volume 2. Yeah. I'm almost done. This one I probably won't ever get to, but the cover's pretty awesome. Same thing, came in that book box as well. It is The Wicked by James Newman. I don't really know anything about this. Wow! Stop it! I think it's by, I think it's about Cthulhu. I think that's the name you call it. Yeah, I doubt I will get to that. That is about it, actually. The rest are probably ones I will get to or kind of started and DNF'd, so maybe I'll do a video for those on another time. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Alright, have a good day. Bye.